failures are infinitely more instructive than successes. It's possible for me to make a bad movie out of a good script, but I can't make a good movie from a bad script. I don't like to share my personal life. It wouldn't be personal if I shared it. I've been lucky enough to do a few films that will last longer than an opening weekend, and those films are the ones I'm proud of. I'm not smart enough and I don't know enough about what's going on. I watch Batman and Robin from time to time. It's the worst movie I ever made, so it's a good lesson in humility. Anyone would be lying if they said they didn't get lonely at times. The simple truth is that everyone has an opinion. Everyone has the right to voice it, and they should if they want to. You get better as an actor over time if you're growing, like singers. I do happen to have a good life, but I also like to work. I feel like I got the brass ring and I got very lucky in this. I had a Tesla. I was one of the first cats with a Tesla. But I'm telling you, I've been on the side of the road a while in that thing. I think anyone who is famous is a moron if they're on Twitter. It's just stupid. I grew up in the world of bad television, on my dad's sets and then as a young schmuck on dating shows and so on. I enjoy going on motorcycle trips and stopping in small towns and enjoying drinks with the locals. You never really learn much from hearing yourself talk. I had to stop going to auditions thinking, oh, I hope they like me. I had to go in thinking I was the answer to their problem. You have only a short period of time in your life to make your mark, and I'm there now. Run for office? No. I've slept with too many women. I've done too many drugs, and I've been to too many parties. I don't care. Charlton Heston is the head of the National Rifle Association. He deserves whatever anyone says about him. I find that as you get older, you start to simplify things in general. It's incredibly unfair. You don't see a lot of 60-year-old women with 20-year-old men on screen. I was in a bar and I said to a friend, you know, we've become those 40-year-old guys we used to look at and say, isn't it sad? If you're famous, I don't. For the life of me, I don't understand why any famous person would ever be on Twitter. If I had been with all the women that I was said to have been with, I wouldn't have had the time to shoot a single movie. Shutting down the government is not how you make government work. After doing one fine day and playing a pediatrician on ER, I'll never have kids. I'm going to have a vasectomy. There's no connection between Al-Qaeda and Iraq. I'm certainly the last person to give advice on, well, anything. The problem is, we elected a manager and we need a leader. Let's face it, Bush is just dim. Directing is really exciting. In the end, it's more fun to be the painter than the paint. I get asked a lot about getting into politics. I say, take a look at politics. You tell me what seems appealing about that. It's not about an opening weekend. It's about a career. Building a set of films you're proud of. Period. I go on YouTube when somebody says to look something up. Directing is much more satisfying to me than acting. Ides of March I did for scale. Scale as a director. Scale as an actor. Scale as a writer. I can't give you 150 takes. I can't even give you 30 different ways of doing it. I don't have the talent or the range for it. I rarely tell anybody what they should be doing with their life. I'm a method actor. I spent years training for the drinking and carousing I had to do in this film. Who would name their kid Jack with the last words off at the end of the last name? No wonder that guy is screwed up. I just found out about 10 days ago that I must live 300 or 400 yards from Britney Spears. So now I have to move. I have a real interest in pushing some of the limits of things that studios don't want to make. Most of the films I've done haven't done particularly well. I'm surprised I'm continuing to work. I don't know if winning at any cost is wrong or not. There are times I've thought that the end justified the means. Over the years, over the history of our country, liberals have stood on many of the right sides of the issues. One of my favorite films is Big Fish, which I think is a masterpiece. Having Oscar winner on your tombstone is a great thing.